Hi, my name is Andrei Jikh. Hope you're doing well. Come for the finance and stay for the very juicy comment section, probably. So I just want to say, I love Dogecoin, I love Bitcoin, and I love you for clicking this video. This is all in good fun, and I want crypto to succeed. I don't care which one wins, because if crypto wins, we all win. Oh, this guy's such a hater. I hate him already. So recently, Elon sort of tanked the entire crypto market by announcing that Tesla would no longer be accepting Bitcoin as a form of payment to buy Teslas with, and this created this huge sell-off in the crypto market that we're experiencing today. So I made a video response to that, which I thought was pretty good. I'm biased, but I won't make you watch that because ain't nobody got time for that, so I'll just summarize it here. No, Elon, you were supposed to defeat the Doge side, not join it. So recently something very interesting happened because Elon sent out a tweet that he was working closely with the Dogecoin development team to make Dogecoin better, and he laid out the entire master plan, which also included things like reducing the block time frequency, which would lead to faster transaction times. It would make Dogecoin cheaper to use, and this got such a bad response from the entire crypto community that it almost feels petty that people are just hating on Dogecoin and hating on Elon that he didn't pick them and he picked Dogecoin instead. But the truth is, Elon's plan to scale Dogecoin most likely will not work, and those people actually had a point. So before you get too upset with me, just please watch this video all the way through, and I promise your mind is going to get blown. So to understand Elon's plan and why most likely it will not work, you have to know these 5 facts about Dogecoin you probably didn't know about. And fact number 1 is that Dogecoin, like this deck of cards, is inflationary, which means it can continue to just make more and more of itself over and over. You probably missed it, so it's not video editing. Watch this. Bam! Just like that, to the point where we just print an infinite amount of Dogecoin. You probably already knew it was inflationary, but you probably didn't know how that was done. So Dogecoin is inflationary. Technically it's disinflationary, so people criticize it because it sounds really bad. But the truth is, there are times when inflation can be a good thing when the economy's doing well, for example. Because when the economy's doing well and there's jobs and money's flowing and banks are lending, this leads to production and excess, which leads to a stimulated economy. So a way easier way of saying what I just said is that your $100 today is going to be worth more than it's going to be worth tomorrow. Because tomorrow, there's gonna be more $100 out there in the system, which means your $100 is gonna be worth substantially less in the future. And this is also why people encourage other people to go out and buy real estate as early as possible, because then you can take out a loan and put that money to work. And even though that loan can seem like a lot of money today, its impact is going to get decreased over time. So if you make Dogecoin deflationary and you gave it a finite limited supply like Bitcoin, you might cause what's called a paradox of thrift. This forces people to become thriftier with their money and actually start saving. And this is because the way we rationalize it is like this. Well, I'm not gonna spend money today because the thing I wanna buy is gonna be worth 10% less tomorrow. You know what? I'm gonna wait a week because it might be 50% off. This doesn't mean that the things we wanna buy go on discount. It just means the currency that you're using to buy things with goes up in value. So whether the thing's going down in value or your currency going up in value basically has the same effect. So this leads to a slowed economy where economists argue that this is what leads to a less innovative economy and something that leads to less opportunity. And this is all coming from a fancy word called Keynesian economics, but I won't bore you with that. Thanks. So this leads us to fact number 2. Dogecoin is already better than Bitcoin in a few ways, because it's faster, it's cheaper to use, and because of its deflationary nature, it actually encourages people to go out and spend it and transact with it, which is also why #AcceptDoge has been trending like crazy on Twitter, to the point where even Coinbase has said they will finally accept it and they'll list it on the exchange, and of course that's gonna blow up the price even more. But here's the thing, when you increase the value of a network, it also makes it more susceptible to attack. And that's why some people are scared that perhaps the Bitcoin miners are gonna collude and come together, because remember, Dogecoin was a fork of enough Bitcoin that they could come together and maybe double spend or perform a 51% attack or even steal coins, which is also why fact number 3 is so important. It was Litecoin that was originally a fork of Bitcoin, and then Dogecoin was a fork of Litecoin and Lucky Coin. And Dogecoin actually uses a language called scrypt, which is an algorithm used to secure the network. Now, if you wanted to attack Dogecoin, you have to use the exact same specialized mining equipment that mines scrypt coins. And because Bitcoin uses something called SHA-256, it cannot attack. So Bitcoin miners can't come together to attack Dogecoin. It would be like trying to pick a lock with a spoon. Unless that lock was designed to be opened with a spoon, there is no spoon. So Dogecoin is safe.
For now.
Fact number 4 is gonna blow your mind. So this is the mystery DH5 wallet. This is the whale wallet that has 36 billion tokens worth roughly $18 billion, representing 28% of the entire supply of Dogecoin. All because of one mystery mischievous. Andrei, it's already old news. It's been confirmed by Reddit that it's owned by Robinhood. Blasphemer. It was never confirmed. In fact, when Robinhood was asked about it, this is literally what they said. They said, any coins that we hold are for the purposes of providing access and holdings for our customers. We don't have significant positions in any of the coins we keep on a proprietary basis. So Robinhood right now does not have a sense of humors. Sense of humors? Sometimes I speak Russian. They don't have a sense of humor when it comes to financials because of the lawsuits and SEC investigations they're under, so it's very much in their favor to be telling the truth. So here's the other theory about who this wallet belongs to. The Doge father, Elon Musk himself, is the whale. And this is because this DH5 wallet, which I'll show you right here, can be seen buying 28.06197100 Dogecoins again and again. And this might seem like a random string of numbers, but it turns out it's Elon Musk's birthday, June 28th, 1971. Now, maybe it's pure coincidence, or maybe fate loves irony. Come on, that's pretty good. Maybe it's this dude, because his birthday is also June 28th, 1971. But here's the other reason that people think Elon is the potential whale. The reason is because on April 15th, 2019, Elon tweeted, "Dogecoin might be my favorite cryptocurrency. It's pretty cool." Now that same day, half an hour before that tweet was sent, the DH5 whale wallet can be seen buying 17 million Dogecoins. Now, I'm not saying that it's bad that Elon could be buying, or that he's the whale, or that he's even pumping the coin. All I'm saying is that it's far from confirmed who the whale actually is. Fact number 5, the two creators of Dogecoin who created it as a joke in 2013 both stepped away from it in 2018. One of them didn't make a single cent on the entire project, and the other saved enough money to buy himself a Honda Civic. So Marcus, who was one of the creators, this is what he said about his own creation. He said, "Dogecoin being worth 8 cents is the same as GameStop being worth 325. It doesn't make sense, it's super absurd, the coin design was absurd, and it was meant to be absurd." And this is finally why Elon decided to take things into his own diamond hands and finally make Dogecoin the people's money. So this is where the video gets good, I promise. This is what Elon recently tweeted. He said, ideally Doge speeds up block times 10x, increases block size 10x, and drops fees 100x. Then it wins hands down. And this is where Elon's genius is his downfall, because ideally he should play more video games and spend less time building rockets. This is about to get extremely nerdy and really complicated, so press the J button on your keyboard to go back 10 seconds and watch it again. But the thing about crypto is, if you want to improve it, you can't do that without taking something away. Remember Pokemon on Game Boy Color? This is it. My purple Game Boy, green extension grip, Game Shark, and Pokemon Silver. Gen Z is like, what is this colorful trinket you speak of? So anyway, crypto is identical to Pokemon, because in this game, anytime you leveled up your Pokemon, you got effort values, or EVs, that got distributed amongst different attributes like HP, attack, defense, speed, etc. Now, you could go the entire game and prioritize just the HP, but then your Pokemon might end up being very weak and defenseless. Or you could do the reverse and just prioritize defense, but then your Pokemon might end up being very slow. Now, if Bitcoin was a Pokemon, it would be good at only two things, which is the hit points, HP, and defense, meaning that it's good at building and preserving value and defending it. That's all. So maybe it's like a Snorlax or a Chansey, maybe a Blissey. But Dogecoin, if that was a Pokemon, it would be good at two things as well: attack and speed. Speed because transaction speeds are much faster than Bitcoin's, and attack because the Dogecoin community attacks anybody who's sensible. Basically Lucario, mostly because he's a dog and I'm not creative. So if Bitcoin is Ash, then Dogecoin is Gary. Hey, I heard you got the Charmander. I got Squirtle because I always choose the opposite of your main Pokemon's weakness. So let me break this down way more technically. Elon wants to speed up block times 10x. Now, here's what would happen. Right now, the current block time is 1 minute, which means anytime you use Dogecoin as a currency, you buy it, you sell it, you trade it, you gotta wait 1 minute before your transaction's confirmed. And that means when you're shopping and you're using it in commerce, it's kind of awkward because you gotta wait like a minute before it gets confirmed. By the way, Bitcoin is 10 minutes, so it's way more useless as a currency in its current form. So by increasing the block frequency 10x, you go down from 60 minutes down to 6 seconds. So Elon, genius, he figured it out. Good intentions, but bad outcomes, and here's why. By increasing the block time frequency, you actually centralize the network that much more, because now nodes have to store that much more data, and it's coming at them that much quicker. Especially if Dogecoin becomes a currency that everyone in the world starts using, can you imagine the amount of data that people would have to store? Who cares? No highs, no lows, only Doge. Well, the thing about making data more centralized is now the only people who can become nodes will become corporations. And that means they are much more susceptible to being shut down by our government because they'll be forced to comply, which means Elon just recreated PayPal. Thanks, Elon. Thanks a lot. This is why it's always a balancing act. You've just recreated a glass cannon, which in Pokemon or video games, that basically means that you created a character with a high attack stat, but a very low defense stat. So again, it's always a balancing act. Now, the second thing that Elon wants to do is increase block size. And here's what would happen if we did that. Right now, Dogecoin's block size is 1 megabyte, same as Bitcoin's. Obviously more faster though at 1 minute instead of every 10 minutes. So he wants to 10x that, which would drop it down to every 6 seconds. And because he wants to 10x the block size, we would go from 1 megabyte to 10 megabytes every 6 seconds. So here's the math behind that. Every single minute, I would need 60 megabytes. And in about 15 minutes, I would need to go out and buy one of these, a terabyte's worth of data. That means every single hour, I would need 4 of these hard drives. And every single day, 24 hours times 4 is 96 hard drives. And at the current price on Amazon of $60 per terabyte of hard drive space, I would need to spend $5,760 every single day to run a node on Dogecoin. This centralizes the entire network because the only people that can afford to participate on the network are big businesses. And that means they are that much more susceptible to being shut down by the government. The other way that Elon wants to improve Dogecoin is by dropping the transaction costs 100x, and that sounds awesome. It's actually the easiest thing to do on Dogecoin because by increasing the block size and the frequency, you open up a ton of space, which means our transactions don't have to compete against each other as much, and we don't have to bribe the miners as much money to get included in the blocks. Genius. Why didn't I think of that? People have tried it. The only way it works is conceptually in the end result, because networks grow over time. And in order to scale a network by dropping fees, you have to instantly onboard millions of people. So even if Apple, McDonald's, Google, Amazon, everybody just started saying that they accept Dogecoin overnight, people are not gonna drop everything they're doing and start using Dogecoin as a default currency. It's gonna take some time, that's just how networks grow. Which means now you have this giant amount of space that's open and these blocks that are not filled. So this void is gonna inevitably be filled with spam attacks and a lot of weird quirky things that would start happening on Dogecoin, which would not be good. So ultimately, here's what Elon's plan would actually do. Elon's suggestions to just improve everything across the board shows me how much he's so brand new to this industry and how much he still has to learn, because it's not just about numbers and engineering. It's a perfect blend of game theory, financial incentives, and human behavior all having to work together to form a very delicate but balanced ecosystem that just works, but it's not gonna be ever perfect. No crypto is perfect. Each of them are good at different things, which is why I think in the future, we will have a future of multiple cryptocurrencies because they each are good at different things. So let's just all get along and not fight amongst each other. Dogecoin has flaws, Bitcoin has flaws, and I have a big head. But I swear it's the lens. It's just the lens. Can't believe I had the audacity to tell a genius billionaire how to think about crypto by comparing it to Pokemon. Who does he think he is? Dislike, unsub, delete. Wow, that was a really nerdy video. As always, don't forget to grab up to $250 worth of free Bitcoin using this BlockFi link right here, blockfi.com/Andrei. Once you've done that, go get 2 free stocks with Webull using the link down below. When you deposit $100, you can get up to 2 free stocks, each of which can be valued up to $1,850. Once you've done that, go track them automatically with the spreadsheet link down below in my Patreon. Love you. Thank you so much for watching this video. I will see you back here on Monday, Friday, sometimes Wednesday. I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.